Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a Plat BAP. I think we're going to see some Brig as well. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate that. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all of that good stuff. Here, set. That's 20. Which now puts us in a good spot.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Okay, so we are super late to put damage pressure on these guys. Like, your crosshair is low, which is okay for healing, but not really necessary, because you can hit them at this range, they're close. There's no reason you can't drag this crosshair up and immediately start putting shield pressure damage into this. Immediately. He should not be getting this out here. You should be going, hey, I'm BAP, like, part of your kit is your right clicks, part of your kit is your lamp, but a big part of your kit is the damage that your weapon puts out, the damage that you get done between heal shots. That's really important for BAP. It's part of what makes him so good, and even if a barrier is all that's available, you can still get value out of that. You will decrease the damage that is sent to your team by doing damage to the other team. Even doing damage to the barrier makes these guys then, once the barrier's gone, have to play more safely or recall their barrier faster and then play more safely. And if they play more safely, they're not going to do as much damage to you. Okay, Crunch says, and this is probably playing from the previous review where we went very off topic afterwards. Right, so Baptiste, your first problem is that your major sucks. You need to think about if you'll be outsourced or automated and the potential of your career choice for personal growth. Good advice, good advice. That was not what we covered in the last review, but we have covered that in a previous review that we went and got heavy into life advice afterwards. Nice little TP play. Could have gone without that shift, but I'll deal. And this is kind of what we get into. So you came up here.
Regen burst activated.
Who was this shift for? You're at full health. Zarya's at full health. Reinhardt's at full health. Who's this shift for? Is it because they're going to take damage? Well, it's going to heal them a total of these two, a total of 75 HP over the duration of the shift. And at this moment, you're already chewing into that 75, not a huge number, that it's chewing. You're already chewing into that time with them being at full health already. So not amazing. And it was a previous Plat BAP review. You're right. I remember the thumbnail from it. BAP review, question mark, life advice, check, something like that. Yes, already then. Not Volskaya, so not perfectly mirrored. That's true. Okay. Here we are. Okay, so you can't heal your Zarya. Your Zarya's purple, so you can heal your Reinhardt, and you can shoot at the Roadhog. And I want you to do both of those things. So that's a shot at the Roadhog. I like it. Okay. Unfortunate. Is this Plat? I mean, that's what they tell me. I'll double check for you, but let's take a quick look. Mid-high Plat, 2700-ish. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing the system they're on, but that's what we have, so we're going to continue with it. Excuse you. Why do you think this was for you? Why do you think you can be here? Like, you as BAP mostly want to be playing above and behind your team. You would very much like your team to push in, and then you to be able to heal them from behind. If these guys would leave, you would love to heal from here, your team who's over here. But that's like a future scenario. That's not the scenario we're in. We don't want to be here. We have a tough time healing our Reinhardt and our Zarya, who are over here, who are the people we're most interested in healing, when we're over here. Why would we do this? This isn't cool. This isn't cool at all. We don't want to be here. We were much happier back here. We've teleported ourselves into the enemy sites, into the enemy concave, into the enemy. Like, we don't like this. We're now vulnerable. We're going to force our own lamp. Okay, tries to heal Blue Anna. You know, minor detail. Heal Blue Anna, sure. You can't heal Blue Anna. Like, yes, you have the sim wall that helps, but this was a little too aggressive. Okay, everyone's fine. Take your offensive shots. Offensive shots, please.
My turn.
Are you going to take your high ground while you have the chance? Are you going to take your high ground while you have the chance? Clean that up real quick, then work on these guys. High ground. High ground. With the hero who can take high ground for free at literally no cost. Well, I suppose now it has a cost with this tiny little internal on the exo boost. But basically, high ground at no cost. Do it. Go beat up Sigma. Go beat up Sigma. What are we doing?
Regen burst activated. Regen burst activated.
This still isn't good. Like, I still don't want you to end up in front of your Reinhardt. At least you took the TP after your Reinhardt that time, but it still leaves you in a position where, like, the enemy team is here, and you're in front relative to Reinhardt. Yes, your Reinhardt's between you and the Hog, but, like, I don't want to be here. I'm looking at this TP, and I could heal my team and shoot at the other team quite nicely from here. I could easily pick my targets. From here, I have to, like, spin this way to heal my Rein, spin back to shoot at people, spin back to heal, spin back here, Rein, spin back to check on my team, spin here to... Like, this is way harder. Whereas if I'm back here and just keep walking and get up to here, or even pop myself up here... Oh, well, now it's easy. It's very small crosshair adjustments. I can see the whole battlefield. Being able to see the whole battlefield and knowing where everyone is, that's like what you want as a support. You're like, ah, yes, I'm playing support, and I know where everyone is, and that lets me choose who to effectively to support, who to put pressure on. That's what we do. He could be on high ground too. That's true. You know what I hate? Unranked to GM. There's no effort. What about unranked to Owlman? There you go. There you go. Beyblade Pepsi spinning to heal and shoot. Okay.
Let them out. Get inside.
Reasonable shift. Okay. It's probably over, but maybe we try. Yeah, it's over. Fine.
My ultimate is charging. Flight routine active.
Honestly, I bet.
I require.
Regen up. Got you good as you. I think you got off on your own.
No, he'll swap to Brig later, I think, but it's going to be Bap and Brig. I don't think we're going to see any Lucio except maybe overtime shenanigans. So here we are. We're doing this. We're healing up our Reinhardt. Healing up, healing up. Okay, you're hitting your reload. Sure, whatever. We're going to have to get more done. We want to go ahead and get a heal off, so we could just keep healing him, or we could pop up here and heal him from here. Wouldn't he be easy to heal from up here? It would be like, oh yes, this box thing isn't in the way at all. We can just heal from above, and it'll make our headshots easier for when we weave, right? Right? Would have been easier to hit him in the air if we were above him. We wouldn't have hit that box.
Fully healed. Regen up.
Just reset. You're not getting out. You're literally staggering. Yep, there you go.
C'est encore bon monde qui a veillé sur moi. Let them out.
Sure. But can we get some real shots off? Like, look at this. You teleport to here, you have a sim wall, you immediately throw the lamp down. Okay, this is a heal shot. This is a heal shot. This is a heal shot.
Let them out.
That's a window, now you get an offensive shot off. Did you really need 3 heal shots there? There was that Sigma the whole time you could have been shooting at. Like, you didn't need 3 heal shots. And it's not actually delaying you to get offensive shots between your heal shots unless aiming is taking you too long. And it's not. Like, again, we go through here. You're here. You hit your TP. After that goes off, you feel the need to immediately lamp, I guess because you think the people that survive the tire are weak. It's clearly not for the tire.
look like you
And
needed
you're going to
some
shift
healing.
as well, so use both cooldowns. Your Reinhardt's quite fine. Like, you already dropped a lamp. You're not in desperate need to heal these guys. If you want to throw a heal shot, that's fine with me. Now that you've thrown that heal orb, we flick over, and we either single, double tap this Sigma, and then we flick back, and we heal again. That's what we do. Our Reinhardt is not in serious danger right now. They're not. Temporal's reaction scores appreciate you. Like the video. Everyone forgot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Val. Thank you, Blah. Okay. So, again, that's 3 heals right there. That's not amazing. That's a 4th heal right there, I believe. There's totally reason, especially with this Valk going, for you to be going, hey, let's find our offensive shot. Oh, look, there's a hug. Okay, where's our weave? This doesn't only apply to, like, hey, we need to get offensive shots in. Here we go. Okay. Let's throw a right click at our Reinhardt. Where's our right click on Reinhardt? Where's our right click on Reinhardt? There's our shift, which is just to heal our Reinhardt, which is like, it heals him 75 over time versus just healing him 70 directly with a right click, which would have been faster, better, would have kept you with your ability to protect yourself, because now you can't, like, you have the option to heal yourself 150 with that shift. You can only heal Reinhardt for 75. That's not nearly as good. And we could have easily fit a right click in here. Now we hit a right click. Another right click after the reload. Definitely. Okay, here we are. Reload. There's your right click. There's another right click. We could have, instead of line of sighting like this, we could have, you know, left clicked the hog before the second right click there. Also, if we had that shift, we wouldn't immediately have to panic to this right here. We'd also happily fight her and drive her away with our weapon, as opposed to just panic and try to run away from her and hope someone else deals with her. As a support, Learn to have no fear of the flankers. Fight the flankers. Don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna run away and cower and hope they're not there. Like, you actually do have to turn and fight them. You can wander away from them as you're fighting them, but you have to turn and keep them honest with your weapon play and threaten to take them down. Even if you expect them to beat you 7 out of 10 times, you have to. You can't just be like, well, I'm gonna walk away and hope that someone else will peel them if I keep running. Okay, now you're trying to peel while right-click shooting her. Weird. No, you know you have to deal with her. Like, you know she's right there, and she's not going to leave you alone. Better. Better.
I am on fire.
Crusaders!
Fire at will.
That shift is fine. It's slammed. Good. Good.
Bends to my will.
Whenever I play flanking Brig, supports who run. Whenever I play Brig, supports who run for their lives rather than fight me bring me the purest, most sadistic joy to pitifully watch them try to escape.
Initiating
I mean, flanking Brig isn't that powerful, but sure. Okay. Okay. So we really want to make sure that we're looking for these weave opportunities. You leave a lot on the table if you don't get offensive shots in between your heals, or if you just forget to swap back and start getting heals in when you're drilling opponents with offensive shots. Like, you can get single shot, single left click, single right click pretty easy. You can do double left click, double right click pretty easy. Triple starts to cost you a little time. Can still be worth it in some situations. But as long as you're not just taking forever to pivot between your targets, that's no big deal. And you avoid taking forever to pivot between your targets in large part by positioning correctly, by sort of staying further back from the team rather than just like teleporting in headlong, getting close to the opponents. You would like to keep your team and your opponents in front of you, or at least your tanks and your opponents in front of you.
3, 2, 1.
DPS brick should never work, but when it does, it's pure comedy. Fair. So again, that's not a particularly good shift. You did not need that healing, and neither did they. And you might think that they're about to get engaged on, and it'll be like, yeah, they're going to get lots of heals. This probably only reached Ashe and Echo. This probably didn't reach Mercy, probably didn't reach Zarya or Reinhardt. So they're not getting this rolling heal, and these guys aren't actually about to engage hard. You might think they're about to, but they're not. So now you're just vulnerable if a Sombra shows up on you, if a Genji shows up on you, if a Doomfist shows up to you, because you don't have your big 150 self heal because you used it to heal your team that definitely didn't need it. Okay. She's moving the wall. Left or right click. Now we left click the Winston. Left click the Winston or his bubble. That was a right click. That was 3 right clicks. Like, you can still break this bubble. You're not going to miss that ammo if you just put a couple shots into, literally wouldn't cost you any time to be like, swing camera to the right, shoot the bubble, heal the Rhine. Camera to the right, shoot the bubble, heal the Rhine. Wouldn't cost you anything, wouldn't be create a situation where, oh, I might need to reload early or something like that. Your reload is going to get locked by this, and we know it for sure. So getting some shots in there, doesn't cost you time, doesn't force you extra reloads. Sure doesn't get you much, just breaks a bubble that may have in the end not actually mattered, but sometimes it will.
This will heal you.
It's not great. It's not great. He's doing it while jumping. He's doing it while going upstairs. Turned his fist reasonably. Put his thumb in the right place. There does look to be some body twist movement there. It's not going all the way down to his hips, though. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't pass any martial arts classes I taught, that's for sure. But I suspect we're going to see worse in the cast than this. He's at least got, some turn to his body there, though he mostly keeps his body turned. He's, turned his fist correctly. He's tucked it correctly. His fingers and thumb are reasonably protected. Sure. Fist pump Bap. But what's really funny is if you do the melee and you cancel the melee into a wave with him, because it's this, like, super sad punch wave thing. But hey. Okay, back to this. And for those of you that are going, what was that? Chat asked me in the last video to start rating people's melee, to start rating their melee strikes there. For the Plat player who's watching this very confused, this is a continuing joke from last VOD review of Temporal reviewing Overwatch Heroes punching techniques. Thank you, Crunch. Okay, so you didn't actually want to be here. Like, I got distracted by the punching technique, but like, okay, we need to get away. So how do we get above and behind our team relative to the other team? Well, we can go over here, or we can go over here. This might be a little too direct. We might not like this. So I actually conceptually like playing like over here. You've got a pillar against that team. You can rotate to make the pillar against that team. It's a little dicey because their respawns come from back here, and they can come at your back like this Winston will. But we don't want to be here. And we probably don't want to be on point. So, like, here-ish looks good. Here-ish would be acceptable, not amazing. We don't want to fight the bat. We don't in any way want to be up there fighting the Doomfist. Look at where our team is. That shift didn't do anything for you. Good. Better. We're double healing without any shots at the Winston barrier or the Winston. Okay. Now please hit an offensive shot. Look for it. Look for it. Okay. There's a right click. Fine. Hit the shift. Good. Another right click. Now left click. That's not a left click. Better. Still more than you need right click wise. We could be shooting the hog instead of the bubble, please.
Get inside.
And yes, obviously your lamps go to where people are going to get eliminated, not where they are. So, like, if someone's getting pinned by a Rhine, you don't lamp where they are, you lamp where the Rhine's going to pin them. If someone's getting hooked by a hog, you lamp where they're going to be hooked to, not where they're getting hooked from. Is this a rerun of the first half of the video? Could be. Could be. Kind of looks like it. Tucking in here again. Pilot doing Doomfist things, taking out half the team.
I require medical attention. I require medical attention.
Objective lost.
Okay, one to Brig.
New defense point. Objective
Is that because Doomfist was annoying in that last fight?
You are
You don't have to swap to Brig just because Doomfist is being annoying. Doomfist really does not play well if he has his opponents above him, which Bap can do very well, and if he's got chip damage put into him before he's able to hit his rollouts, which you can, again, from high ground, with a good, effective ranged weapon like Bap has, do quite nicely. Yeah, yes, he can uppercut you up out of your lamp and then punch you when you're uppercutted into a wall and get eliminations on you that your lamp don't protect you from. Don't get me wrong, he's annoying, but Bap is as good as anyone against him. Well, not as good as anyone. Bap is, just fine against him.
Cloning module ready. Prepare for duplication.
Oh, it is the BAP slash Brig being reviewed. Hello, Bexby. Really?
Touch that up.
Okay.
Heavy fire.
This probably isn't a bash to run away. Like, the bash
That's how
does
you
not
do it.
get you very much movement, does not actually get you to safety, and now bash is on cooldown? No thank you.
So got some
Sure.
meat.
You're done. You don't need to proc inspire yet. You'll have a whip shot for it. Look for a whip shot. Whip shot hog. Whip shot hog. Hog was the whip shot, but okay. Okay. Yeah, why are you flailing here? I guess it's been like a second or two since you got your Inspire renewed, sure. But you still wouldn't be swinging into the hog. Like, you'd still be shielding this 100%. You know you're too far for your flail to hit him with that whip shot. Okay. Thanks for reviewing my VOD, by the way. It means a lot to me. He, him, I guess. Okay. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I'm probably going to refer to you more often by the Overwatch hero's gender, because that's what I do. I generally refer to it as, like, Brig, blah, 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 but whatever. Okay. Okay.
Maybe you should just stay out of my way.
Absolutely no problem. Well, sounds good. Okay. Okay, we don't really need to be out here. So this is fine if we're looking for staggers. Like, hey, we're looking for staggers. Let's try to get it. Cool. Works for me. Now we're kind of done. We don't really have a way to get him. We've got to get really aggressive to hit a whip shot here, where whip shot's not even back yet, and there's a hog, and we really don't want to get hooked. So we're done. We don't have more pursuit that we can do. We're going to back up and be like, hey, we can't really chase more unless our team gets super aggressive. We're not interested in frontlining this anymore. Briggs isn't really a good frontliner. Briggs is a backline bodyguard who stays somewhat in the backline, middle backline, throws up her shield behind cover, can see what she needs to up there because of the third person, can see who she wants to throw repair packs on, can see who's coming in to knock out with a whip shot, can turn to bash the Tracer, the Sombra, the Doomfist, whatever that's come in and is doing their thing. That's where Brig lives. Brig goes into the front line for real frontline work, either to quickly get off a shot because maybe she missed her Inspire, but she sees an opportunity to get up there, get a single whip of her flail off, and then get back to proc Inspire when it's not otherwise running and she missed her whip shot, or when she's got Rally because she's going, yeah, we're going wild, or when it's just pure fight cleanup and we outnumber them 6-2, we're just going to crush them, etc. You had that for a moment. You were trying to do that. But then this Doomfist got to here, and for you to try to finish this Doomfist anymore, he's being protected by his hog, and you risk getting hooked. And if you hit this whip shot, if you throw whip shot, you can't shield. So you can definitely get hooked. So we don't do this anymore. We're done with our front lining. Okay. Should have used Rally to eliminate Lucio. Would have pleased blah. Okay. Okay. Lots of jumping is triggering me. Yeah. Yeah. You do some jumping for sure. Like that. Like that.
Your best is small.
So this is okay. But we'd actually prefer to protect our shield. Like, yes, we can repair pack people from here, but we can repair pack people even better from, like, here, where we put something, or from here, where a shield is actually, we protect our shield with a physical object, rather than give them something to shoot at there. But This is okay.
Changing position.
Frontline rally break is fun, sure. Yeah, so we don't really like this double pack.
Changing position.
Zarya, sure, maybe she needed a little bit of healing. You had 2 packs, it's not amazing. We're not going to spend all of our packs, though, even with one coming back, on tank healing. Like, we're not going to do that. I know it's tough because you have a Mercy. You're running a suboptimal support combination in Brig Mercy, but we really want to make sure that we're not spending a ton of effort healing tanks with our packs. Inspire can do lots of tank healing, but we don't want to do much healing work on our tanks with our packs. We really much prefer looking who we can enable with that. And yes, we're not going to get to enable Echo a ton because Mercy's going to do it, or she's going to enable Ashe, but we can do some off-target enabling, and we can do some, okay, as the tanks are actually battling, enabling. We want to do less sort of between fight healing, and while you're about to enter a fight, this is still technically between fights, leave more of that to Mercy. In my opinion, Overwatch should add a retro Mario jump sound effect every time you jump without being able to mute it. Okay. Why is that box a good spot? Seems like it leaves her super vulnerable. It's not. Her team was holding here, though, so the box made sense. If her front line is here, mid-back line, behind the box makes sense. Back here makes sense. If her team was holding, back here, she could hold back here type thing. But, like, the reason that she'd hold behind box right now is because her team is holding choke. She's not going to hold back here when her team is holding choke. She's not going to be able to get meaningful whip shots off. Her Inspire isn't going to help them. All that.
Rally to me! Rally to me!
So, like, this team might commit, but if they hear this rally right now, it's not actually very hard for them to just go, nah, we're actually going to back up. Like, it's going to take them less than a second to all back up and be behind choke and be like, we're just going to wait out rally. So I'd have really liked this team to take another couple steps before you committed rally, so it was a little harder for them to back out. Because if they're good, they should kite this rally. And you see how that's going? Now your team is sort of having to push into a choke. Even though you have rally going, your team is having to push into them, and they have cover that they can hide behind, because it wasn't like, oh, you caught them in the open with your rally. This rally is kind of getting wasted. I think they surprised us a little, Crunch. They, half waited out rally before they went. Well, this is a lot. So here we are. You've got 2 packs. You don't have Bash. So you go for the swing. No pack for either of them. Interesting. You go for the whip shot here before you go for the pack on either. But you do get the elimination, so I won't complain. Okay. 3 packs, no problem. Oh, you have 3 packs, so you choose to rally Zarya. Well, maybe Zarya will take damage, but probably not worth it. Like, Zarya's full health, Zarya's a tank, you have a Velt going. Probably more interested in finding somewhere else for that pack.
Så gott som ni.
Okay, that probably wasn't meant for Zarya. That was probably you trying to get on Reinhardt and you not wanting it. And I can justify the Reinhardt. I definitely can't justify the 3rd pack on Zarya here. There's no situation where it's like, oh, we're triple packing Zarya here. That's not what we want to do. Ashe wanted a pack. Ashe would have liked a pack. You're hearing it and you're expecting it? Okay. That's way too late. Good whip shot. You're done. Shield up. Shield up. Your bubble is over. Shield needs to be up. Your Inspire is ticking. You're low health. And the Rosaria bubble is over. Our shield is up 100% right here. No. 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 Your damage is not particularly impressive. Your damage is not particularly impressive on Brig. We're not swinging our flail primarily to get damage. We can get damage in cleanup phase when we're like hard winning type thing, but most of the time if we already have our Inspire going, we're not that interested in our flail. Sometimes when we're fighting someone off in our black line, sure, but if we already have Inspire going, we're interested in surviving and letting it do its work. The whip shots are landing pretty perfectly as we whip shot the pillar. Again. Okay, I don't care about this Doomfist anymore. You're not going to eliminate this Doomfist. You've spent your whip shot. You have Inspire procced very recently, and Bash is on cooldown. So what I'm interested in right now is these two repair packs. Who needs these repair packs? I'm not interested in trying to do 300 damage to this Doomfist here. That's not on the list of things that are interesting to me. The list of things that are interesting to me is, hey, can I survive? Which is going to be based mostly on having my shield up at this point in time, though there's a balance to be had. But again, put your shield up to survive, to let your Inspire heal your health a bit, to let you put your shield down, to let you recover some shield, etc. And getting these packs off. Because those are more valuable right now than you getting swings off. And if we turn, are there interesting places for our packs? Putting a pack on Mercy right now, probably not worth. Probably just put shield up. But if Mercy's getting shot at, probably going to put the pack into him. Instead, we're doing this. They're not looking at us, so we're sort of getting away with it, but then we're taking some Lucio damage.
Rally to me!
Okay. YS quit, Kennison and Big Law. Or tell us how you'd ask Brig out on a date. Not the player, I mean the Overwatch character, clarifying. Yeah, we got it. This is junk time, so I'm not going to be too critical. Whip shot into shield. Why are you swinging? Why? We're not interested in stopping them from getting a tick at this point. We're interested in not letting them get the cap. So we can definitely, like, walk forward with our shield up instead of just swinging. You were swinging because you felt like you wanted full movement speed. You didn't want your shield up, but, like, no.
I'm taking damage.
Yeah. Oh, this will be good. No, I'll wait till this is over before we read Wyatt's response. Temporal dating advice when? Did you not watch the last stream? Banana split? You need to go watch the last hour or more of the last stream. It wasn't all dating advice, but we had someone ask, so we got into it. Again, this whip shot isn't that interesting. So you're up here, you like this, okay. You just got Inspire activated. Fantastic. Now your job is to survive and figure out, do you need to use your repair packs for anything? Is there a meaningful boop to hit with your whip shot? Because you've got your Inspire activated and you already used your stunts. So survive, get meaningful repair packs off, and boop someone away if appropriate. Which isn't to say you can't ask more questions, Dan and Anna Split. Like you can watch the last stream, but you can also ask questions here. I'm willing to cover some things again, but more I'm willing to cover different things. And you're swinging. Why are you swinging? Why are you swinging? Why are you knocking them away? Survival was the key. There's also crime advice if you ever need it. Oh boy.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah. You get to be a little more aggressive than normal because your support partner is Mercy, but like you still need to prioritize your own life, even if you don't have to prioritize hers the way you would most supports you'd partner with. And yes, your brig is better than your BAP currently.
Just a little bit longer, and we win this. Fixing you up. Someone call the ambulance.
Oh, there.
My barrier can't take much more. Rally to me!
So here we are. That's scary.
My barrier can't take much more.
You're gonna drop. Mercy heals you up, so you're good. You're good. Don't stand here. Do not stand here.
Remaining.
Okay. We
hold
can
them
back
here,
off.
we win.
We didn't really need to whip shot, but okay. Like, we didn't necessarily want a whip shot because we actually kind of want them walking into the minefield, but sure. We'd probably prefer to have our whip shot to knock them back into the minefield here. Would you cover? Would you cover?
Good as new.
Fine rally. Okay, it's active. The instant he looks at you, you shield. No, we don't need to whip shot him again. We hit him very recently. Whip shotting him is not helping you.
Fire. Come on, try me. Feeling better?
You just hit this Doomfist. Is this Doomfist lining up a punch? Are they lining up an ability? Did you break them up from doing them what they wanted? Maybe. Probably not. Okay. Tuck in here.
I'm taking
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So there's some things we can do to help you. We'll start with your BAP and then we'll move on to your brig. For your BAP, there's really three things that just scream needing improvement. The first thing that screams needing improvement is going to be, we need you to try to weave. You are way too happy to shoot like 4 or 5 heal shots in a row, even when people aren't like inches from being eliminated. Like, if someone is like, oh, they're really, really about to be eliminated, they're at 20% health, and you pop multiple heals into a tank who's taking damage, is that 20% life? I'm not going to be too concerned about that. But you would be way too willing throughout this, when you were playing BAP, to go, oh, let me just keep healing, let me just keep healing. Oh, right, I should go for some offensive shots. And I'm not claiming that you never weaved, because you did find a couple times when you got into weaving, but you need to be looked to weaving as second nature. It needs to be automatic. Like, I hit a heal shot, and then my Ryan's at 40% life, 50% life, whatever. Doesn't matter. That's plenty. I'm looking to hit a damage shot between. And the reason you're looking to hit a damage shot between is that you don't lose any time by hitting that damage shot, unless your aiming is taking too long. If you go, hey, I hit a shot on my Ryan here to heal him, and then I hit a shot on their Ryan shield, on their Winston shield, on their Winston, on their Orisa, and you just jump between these two, and it's a fast flick, because you don't have to be super accurate. I'm not asking you to headshot the opponent. I'm not asking you to, like, perfectly pixel perfect place the nade on your Ryan either. So, like, I'm not saying aim poorly, but these can be fast flicks back and forth to go damage shot, heal shot, damage shot, heal shot. And that's what we want. That's what we want. Unless our person is like really, really about to get eliminated, like really on the edge of their seat about to get eliminated, we want to hit some sort of weave pattern. alternatively, we can hit a weave pattern of we can double damage. We can double damage, then heal. Double damage, then heal. And that's still, if we're not taking any time to flick between the two targets, won't slow down to the rate of fire on our heals, because there is a mandatory delay between your heal shots. If you're going heal shot, heal shot, heal shot, you're just wasting a ton of time between the heal shots. You going heal shot isn't making the second heal shot come out faster. If you go heal shot, left click, heal shot's not coming out any faster. You can even go left click, heal shot, double left click, heal shot. If you don't waste a bunch of time aiming shots, etc., then you haven't delayed your heal shot. So that's really important, and you need to do a better job of that, because the more pressure you're able to put on the enemy, including enemy shields, including Sigma shields, the less pressure is going to come on your team, the less healing your team is going to use. Like, it makes a big difference to get that damage out. And that brings us to the second thing, which is going to help you get that damage out, which is please stop getting so into the middle of the fight. You seem to like to do this as both Brig and BAP. Maybe it's because you play Brig that you do this on BAP. I know the sim TPs weren't helping, but like, stop getting so into the middle of the fight on BAP. You do not want to be mixing it up in a brawl on BAP. You want to be, hey, the fight's happening here, I'm supporting my team sort of from above and behind. Fight's happening over there? Cool. I'm supporting my team maybe from above and behind. Maybe from above and behind. No, fight's happening here? Cool. I'm supporting my team from above and behind best I can. This was okay. But you are way too happy to be in here. Way too happy to be mixing it up here in the middle of a point type thing when the fight's happening on the middle point. You want to have both. If you're above and behind your team, it's much easier to create situations where like your teammate is here and the opponent is here on your screen, and you can see both, and it's very easy adjustments for you to flick between them to get that weaving done. It'll also increase your survivability an absolute ton. And then the third thing that we would say for your BAP is you use your shift, your regenerative burst, way too freely to try to heal your team. It's not very good for that. It's much, much better in like 90% of situations to have that to heal yourself rather than to try to maybe heal teammates who might take damage with that or who have taken damage with that. Your right click heals them for 70 if you hit them with a direct. Your shift heals them for 75. Your shift heals you for 150. If you use it to help teammates and then a Sombra shows up on you when you don't have it, that's going to be a real problem. And better players will recognize that you've used it, you don't have it, and they'll come to punish you specifically because of that. So be more careful with that. Those are the three things I'd give you for your BAP. Message deleted by the Google moderation team. Jeez. You just had a triple there? Okay. They didn't like something you said. I don't know, blah. Oh, Discord. Okay. Interesting. That's really weird. Huh. Okay. Words. So then we move on to your Brig. For your Brig, it's really going to be about valuing your own life more is how I want to put this, but it's like you're with Brig, you're not looking to just get off a ton of melee value. You're actually not looking to just get a ton of melee value with Brig. You can be swing while rally's going. You can go swing to get inspire. You can go swing to clean stuff up, but you're not looking to just constantly be getting swings off. It's generally not worth the risk, like at the risk reward ratio of potentially removing yourself from the fight by getting involved because you are not very durable anymore without rally, doesn't make it worth it to go up and mix it up unless you have a very big numbers advantage, you have rally, or I mean those are really the situations. You can justify it sometimes to go up there to get a single swing off when you missed a whip shot to get back, and you can sort of justify it a little bit more when your partner is someone like Mercy, but not really. Like, you don't need to protect the Mercy, but you still need to protect yourself. And it's generally not going to be worth it to go in as hard as you were to go do this stuff. Like, you're sort of going through a checklist as Brig. Like, is Inspire going? Cool. Have I used my Bash appropriately? Cool. Have I used my repair packs appropriately? Yes, no? Okay, let's stay in a place where I can do that. Have I? Cool. Oh, I've done all this stuff? I guess I'll just stay in a place where I can sort of see things. Or if I haven't done these things, maybe I'll stay in a place where I can see things. So I can see if there's a whip shot that I need to get off to stop a Winston from coming in. To see if there's people I need to get packs on. To see if I need to bash to the left to get the Doomfist that is coming in. Those sort of things. Like, we do not want to go in as hard as you were going in. And we'd also want to go ahead and protect our shield better. Like don't stand up here because I'm saying, hey, sort of stay out of it when Inspire's already going. Protect your shield better. Protect your shield better. And the reason protecting your shield matters is so that you can have your shield when you do things like this, like walk at a roadhog, rather than just be like, oh, well, I don't want my shield to get hurt, so I'll be swinging. Like it's a balancing game with Briggs to balance between your shield health and your regular health. But the ideal thing is to go, hey, I don't have to balance either of them because this infinite health wall is taking all the damage for me. That's what we really want to do. So I gave you a lot of topics here for a 15-minute game. I don't want you to try to do everything at once. I want you to pick one topic and use like 5 to 15% of your brain power to focus specifically on improving on that specific topic. And it might take you 5 games, it might take you 50 games, it might take you 20 games to work on improving on that specific topic, because I gave you like 5 here, 3 for BAP, 2 for Brig, until it sort of becomes part of your autopilot. You work it into your mind, you work it in as part of your autopilot, and then once it's part of your autopilot, it's stuck, then you can move on to the next thing. And then after that one sticks, you can move on to the next thing. And the way you get good at Overwatch is you stack habit improvements like that, one on top of the other, so that it's not really taking you mental power to work on those things, to make those decisions. You're already making them because you've trained yourself to make them correctly, to do the right things here. And then you have more brain power available to make tactical decisions, to override the habit, to do it a different way in the small, narrow situation where it makes sense. All of that. So I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, you can throw them up in chat now. They can be questions related to this for the person that we are reviewing, or for other people, or they can be questions related to other stuff, since clearly today we are doing a fair amount of life advice type stuff, which I think we're probably going to end up doing a little more of on this channel based on what I'm seeing interest-wise. But we shall see. So throw up your questions if you have them now. If you're enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below. Let's see what we have here. Okay, I'm crying. I have to now. That's going back and watching it. Cool. When the new patch comes where replay codes don't work, then can we get a review of every Overwatch Amelia attack? Potentially. Yeah, potentially. Last stream, TLDR, Crime 101, dating advice, energy technology, and I guess coaching. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Money laundering too. I mean, I think that fit under crime. Crunch asks, how do I find a girlfriend who mains Torb temporal? I mean, you could just take your shot. You could just like post on the BattleNet forums or on Overwatch Reddit, the actual R Overwatch, looking for a girlfriend that mains Torb. Like, that's low probability, but like it's low effort, low probability, so you don't lose anything. People are, some people will think you're joking, but like, and put location of, well, I assume location matters to you, so put that too. And you can't actually say like, you can't actually expect that to instantly be girlfriend, but it would make a funny thing to start a date off of, and you might get a bite. Like, again, I'm not claiming that, oh, there's a 90% chance that'll work or anything, but that costs you basically nothing. So yeah, go for that. That would probably be the play. The other route would be, the other route I suppose would be like, start manufacturing, buy a license agreement to make lots of Torb merchandise, make lots and lots of Torb merchandise, make all the Torb fan art and merchandise and everything, and maybe sell it. And then maybe like use that to network to figure out, to like be like, okay, then you become like the Torb person, you make all the Torb stuff, etc., and use that clout to propel it to create the right connections to meet someone. Like, that's again putting yourself in the right space to meet someone that's true for. Obviously he's asking this as a joke, but I actually find it fun to answer some of the joke questions. So hey, we didn't talk about cooking. That's true. That's true. I'm not sure I'd want to GF that mains Torb. That's fair. I'm not sure I would either. Okay. Danana Split says, lol, we'll keep that in mind. I also have a question in regard to bash whip combo. Should I really mostly be looking to bash then after a CD is used on more mobile heroes, or would be some more general advice for it? In regards to bash whip shot combo, should I mostly be looking to bash then after a CD is used on more mobile heroes? No, not necessarily. You can bash a Tracer before they've used their CDs. You can bash Genji before they've used their CDs. You can bash a Sombra before she teleports out, preferably, because the other option is not at all. You don't have to. Like, are you saying because like you don't want them to teleport out, so you're like, hey, I want to bash whip shot, but bash whip shot won't be enough. I'm gonna have to bash swing whip shot, and I want to use it on Tracer after she doesn't have recall, so you get the elim. Like, I don't know exactly what you're trying to say there, but you can bash people before they've used their cooldowns. That's fine. The bash is there partially to break up the aggression. It's a bit of peel. Like if your friend is getting burst down, you slow down their aggression. It also stuns and locks them in place, so it becomes sort of a focus, sort of like a, hey, their movement stops. That's like a damage buff that you, or a damage taken debuff that you've put on them because their movement stops, they're going to take more damage. Like, no, that's fine. You don't have to wait until the cooldowns are used. If you're asking about when to use the combo specifically, make sure the whip shot finishes them off, or make sure it's a hero that you actually want to be knocked away from you. Like, it might be a case of, hey, you bashed and then whip shot a Reaper, and you're fine with that because you don't want the Reaper anywhere near you. You're not about to finish off the Reaper after a bash, so it's not like, oh, I'm going to bash him, and then he's going to be finished off if it was just you, or you and, an Anna fighting a Reaper, so you want to knock him away. Times you don't want to knock him away, or when it's someone who, no, they're like, you knocked them away and they have 12 HP and it would have been easier to finish them type thing. So you want to make sure your whip shot is your final hit in those situations. Eliminated to make right click. I guess I'll have to send in a Brig game. Someone needs advice on her in general. You need advice on her in general. Okay, I'm happy to do a Brig review. Yeah. Blah's getting deleted by Google trying to type Discord. Maybe I can whitelist. I don't think I can whitelist it. I might be able to whitelist my Discord's URL, but I don't think I can whitelist the words Google doesn't like, which is annoying. In description, whenever you're ready for review, follow the link. Thank you, Blah. Thank you for powering through that. I see that they gave you a tough time. Yeah. When did that become a bad word? I don't know. I mean, I understand why. Like, in some ways it can mean talk, but it can also mean so Discord. We have a $5 super chat coming in from Sheldon Kreger saying, what's up? Hey, Sheldon. Happy to have you here. We are wrapping up a Plat, BAP, and Brig review. We're going through chat. We just had another interesting review before this. I recommend you check that out if you like some of the life advice stuff we sometimes do here. Okay, so you use rally if the enemy team is already going in and cannot just go out. Right. You want to use rally either as your team is committing or as the other team is committing, and it's going to cost them something to get out. Like, it might cost them some of their teammates' lives. It might cost them their own Valk that they've used, their own Coalescence that they've used, their own, it's going to be a meaningful cost for them to get out because they've mostly rotated in. Preferably, hey, their shield's going to break and we're going to get a pick if they try to rotate out because they've already rotated a third of the way in type thing. Yeah. Just a general question about rally timing. I hope that answers it. Let me know if you'd like more detail on that, Bexby. How would you ask Brig out temporal? Oh, no, I want to go back to how you do it. Okay, YS said, I'd ask Brig out by asking her to be my lifting partner since we're both into fitness. She'd probably prefer mechanic-related stuff, but I'm clueless about that stuff at blah. Okay. So you'd take the gym rat approach there. That's fine. Are you first gonna figure out what gym she goes to and get to that gym? How's that gonna work? Or are you just gonna out of the blue in the open when you're out for drinks at a bar, ask her? I'd like more details here, YS. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Pla's on the watch list now? Sure seems like it. Okay. This doesn't last long for one whip shot. If you swing one time, they can, for example, TP away before the whip shot. Right, right. Um, well, I mean that you cancel it early, but yes, I understand what you're referring to. You shouldn't be completing like a Reinhardt swing. You can cancel early. You can go stun with the bash. What you do is you go stun with the bash. You start the swing, which comes from this side, but you actually turn your character so your swing starts more here and hit immediately, and then you can cancel it immediately and whip your screen back to whip shot them immediately. That's what you're going for to minimize any sort of reaction time that they have to get out. But yes, there is, in theory, the ability for them to get out, and we don't like that. I understand that concern, and so you have to decide, hey, is this a case of you bash them and then you immediately whip shot and you pray that there's enough damage to take them down? Or is it, which, is going to have to be the case if it's someone that can teleport out? And if it's not someone that can teleport out, well, you just do the regular combo, the bash swing type thing to make sure that they're going to be weak enough to whip shot them out. I wonder what else is a banned word. NSA monitoring everything we type. I mean, Google. That's even scarier. Google, even scarier, I'm saying. Bing, DuckDuckGo. I mean, you guys have seen I recommend Brave Browser and DuckDuckGo over Chrome and Google, but hey. What are your thoughts on the NSA surveillance, or what are your thoughts on NSA surveillance? I mean, I'm not hugely a fan, but that's not remotely controversial to say I'm not hugely a fan. I think what happened with the FISA courts was a tragedy, and there's still too much of a rubber stamp. There's a question of whether the NSA even makes sense to exist from a looking at own citizens national standpoint. Now, obviously, in the modern world, with how things are, the fact that the US can't be as isolationist or isn't as isolationist just because the modern technology has shrunk the size of the world by a fact that you can understand some level of it, but like no, not hugely a fan of the NSA, not hugely a fan of the very low levels of um, accountability. I don't necessarily want to use that word, but oversight, I would say. Um, review that can happen by uninterested neutral parties, very low amounts, very low rejection rates by judges for warrants. Like I'm not a huge fan of how that has worked. Okay, I can't. Careful, Val. Don't get my. Okay, whatever. Um, cool. Hope it was a good day. Life advice. Whoa, there you go. There you go. This is truly the variety stream content we've been waiting for. Okay, okay. Apparently, Blah's pickup line is Brig. Does this smell like chloroform to you? Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, you'd match on Bumble, obviously. Okay, then you'd ask her to be your lifting partner. I see. I see. Political talk takes over Plat Pap review. Uh, oh, and you're going to actually drive it political with what are my thoughts on the Cuomo scandal? My response to that would be which one? Okay, before it actually gets too hard into red blue politics there, I'm probably not going to go too directly into that type of one. I'm probably not going to go into that because that just causes tribal reactions without people actually being able to talk, and there's just not enough value unless I want to be a political streamer, YouTuber specifically to get into okay, for or against one specific tribe, because once you go too far there, and I'm once you go too far there, you just lose the other side completely. Okay, okay. Looks like that's Overwatch characters political alignment chart go. Oh, that could be fun. That could be fun. I don't really know that we like. I don't think I've read enough of the backstory that is out there lore wise for them to do that. That said, there's not a huge amount, but do I want to go through the comics and such that are there to do that? Maybe, maybe. That was a fast one, only 27 minutes long. Is there another one tonight? I have one that is supposed to happen tonight, but I don't know when it's going to happen tonight. We're sort of, we'll see. I expect there will be another stream. Yes. Temporal is far too good looking to be compared to Ben Shapiro. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's a great idea. The political alignment chart. I could see that. I could see that. Okay. Okay. I think that's going to do it. We will do another stream, I expect. Like I said, if not, I'll at least upload some videos. But I expect we'll be doing another stream, though it could be a while before we get to that. So it might be too late for some of you. It might be too late for people in some time zones. But if you guys have enjoyed the content, please do like. And if you're not already subscribed, you can go ahead and do that down below as well. And do feel free to join the Discord as well so that you can see when we go live, so that you can be here for these discussions if you like, so that you can derail my videos and get me to talk about things like politics and energy and dating and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. You're going to stock up on ice cream. Nice. Nice. Okay. Thanks, guys. Temporal out.